Okie dokie. Got a bit of an awkward setup here, guys, because happy birthday. Because I forgot my tripod, like a smelly rat. But you know what? Beloved, this is the Culture and Camaraderie podcast, the most thought-provoking, introspective, industrious, creative discussion with my guy Tiberius.
Wagwan.
I am Damilare, aka Damilare, head of the Medici family, the curator of the 20s from nytypical.net. With all your fashion discussion, got a new video out, 140 BPM.
Say what?
Tyler's always on the music, so check that out as well.
Zimmy.
We are at Sway Temple, and this is the Culture and Camaraderie podcast.
Yo, we in the building.
That's it. Big intro. Big intro energy. You feel me?
Episode 33.
You know, like that, fam.
And we haven't stopped yet.
Yeah. Guess what? Guess what that is? Guess what that is? Guess what that is? Exactly. Pussy holes. Yo.
Shut your mouth.
What are you saying though, Ty?
Nothing, man. Yeah. Same old. More sessions. More music.
Vibes like that.
Started writing
Shit
some
like
more.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually started writing. Myself.
I can't wait for what I've got in store. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yo,
You guys don't even understand.
Yeah.
You don't even understand.
No, do you know what? Yeah, I've been in the lab myself, man. Just changing up the process. Yeah, man. Sitting like recording instruments.
Oh yeah.
Playing some more bass. Yeah, and just trying to write by myself, trying to switch things up a little bit. You know?
Yo, I've been amazing. I just dropped a video.
Oh yeah, you have. You done a whole damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I was looking back at your Cristobal Balenciaga video.
Oh, yeah.
Some good shit, man. Not that I didn't expected any less, but it was good, man. Good video.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the way you format your videos, man.
I appreciate that, fam. I genuinely try my best, and I'm learning on the fly. So whenever anyone gives like some sort of shouts, I'm 100% humble and grateful, fam.
But yeah, what you been up to?
You know, drop the video. You get me. 2 days of rendering. I rendered basically.
Oh shit! It took your computer 2 days to render.
20 minutes per render, so I had to queue it.
Oh wow!
So I couldn't render. Yeah, I couldn't render it all in one in it. So
why? Just takes too long.
Yeah. It just was too much of a problem, and the computer just kept freezing. So I rendered it out in 20-minute portions, and then I put those portions together on iMovie, and then it took 4 days to render and 2 days to upload onto YouTube. Yeah. But yeah. And then no, actually it's cooler when I say 2 days to 2 weeks to do it, 2 days to render, and two days to upload, even though it took like 1 day to upload and 3 days to render. Well, actually it took 4 days
to upload. No,
because I started on the weekend, it done on Tuesday.
I don't know if that's your internet speed or your computer. Fucking
it's
hell.
everything. That video was elite. It was an elite production. Everything. I don't even know how to make it any easier. Genuinely speaking, I don't know. I want like.
Are you on Virgin Media?
Wow, fam, that's you, man. But yeah, like, I'm rendering out a 20-minute. Like before I left, I was rendering out a part that Jason has in it, and it's 20 minutes or so. Like and that is taking long. Like it couldn't even because I've rendered out 20-minute videos like you've seen on my channel before, but this particular one is just taking mad long. So I didn't know what to do. So it's just one of them ones where it's like I had to render it out in 5-minute portions. But yeah, that massive video took bare long, like 2 weeks, 2 days, and 2 days to upload, and all of that stuff. Like, but on a genuine tip, like, yeah, the feedback's been good, you know. Like,
So you want, innit?
I'm relatively new to all of this, to the fashion YouTube game. Obviously not to fashion and not to production, but on the same token, it's like, this was my first ever attempt at something like this. Just even bringing people together and saying, yo, we're gonna do this, and like never meeting those people before, sorting out how everything was gonna look out, everything was gonna turn out. And even when someone dropped out, I still was able to execute on the day. And like there was all of that little hubbub and like, about like going there and someone dying on the train tracks, and like, yeah, keeping the people that I was talking to invested, all of that type stuff. And yeah, so throughout this month, like more stuff is gonna come out with that as well. But yeah, like it was just one of those genuine pilot productions that's like, all right, everything is on my head. Like the last 3 podcasts that we've done, like that's all I've been saying in it. So like this is like, in those moments I was in the moment of producing that video. So like, yeah, like, and then now it's finally out and the feedback is good. So you know what I mean, like, yeah, like, oh man, it's just one of them ones where I 100% appreciate the feedback, because I've never done consumer facing products before. That's the main thing. It's like, I only just started doing consumer facing products properly, or well, just for fashion, I should say, December.
Okay.
So
when was the first one?
What was the first one? It was
Well,
November.
What was the first one?
It was Dior and Prada, and no, it was Dior and Jordan and Prada and Adidas, their collab. And like what I thought about it, I was in my do-rag in front of my thing, with my lights set up, with spots all over my face and all of that stuff, like looking ugly. I could have waited 4 days, but I said no, I want to drop a video, and that was like one of my most successful videos until this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like
yeah, no, they're coming out good, man. I like how I like the way you
yeah, I had to hide all my animation videos because they were getting views.
You had to, and it was off brand.
Yeah,
it was off brand. Actually, that's funnily enough. That's funny you said that. I actually did get recommended one of those. It came up in the recommendations.
So yeah, like I had to just you know, pull them back a bit. Oh, good God. But
oh damn, I've got an Amazon order coming as well. That's so awkward. Anyway,
that's the both of us.
We've got bare.
Yeah, we got bare stuff to talk about. But yeah, like just back on finishing off the conversation about that. It's like, I just genuinely like doing videos that people are going to see and stuff like that. It's like, oh, so this, like, I'm not wrong when because obviously like this is our first time doing most things, so like when I think of an idea and it works, like it's like, oh, so my thinking was right in doing that, and like it just makes it a little bit easier the next time when you take a bet on yourself, because I fully just took a bet on myself. I've done this whole thing by myself. Yeah,
oh, that's good, man.
Well, that's it. I'd help here and there at this place, and I had IOS camera and stuff, and like, you know, well, I had to organize everything, but it worked out, fam. And then we had to do a pod the next day as well, so I was absolutely knackered. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get that video done in a week. Oh my gosh, I was joking.
Nope.
If I done it full time.
Well, the thing is, if your computer was working properly, it would probably be a whole different story.
Fam, that computer is 1 year old. The fact that it's moving like that is just nuts. It's the first topic.
First topic. What was it?
Just pick one, fam.
We could go from. Let's talk about that Drake Caffeine app merger.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to talk? Do you want
That's
to start with
interesting.
Jussie Smollet?
Fam, we could start with anything, but on the Drake Caffeine merger, like obviously, I've been watching Battle Rap for a long time now. Like it's been super long. Like and
It's a weird one, isn't it?
all started with Hitman Holler and his compilation. After like I saw him on Wild and Out, and like obviously you get recommended those compilation videos and stuff. And I saw Conceited ones, and I saw Conceited versus Sue Surf, and then I saw Hitman Holler versus Sue Surf, and then and then I saw Surf versus Rock, I think Rock faced Clips, and then Clips faced Lux, and Lux versus Calico. No, I think Clips versus Calico versus Lux. Whatever way it done, like I watched all the battles basically, and that was mad early. But I didn't know the intricacies of that, and like obviously, I had the 1 hour video that Jay Black just dropped and stuff. So I was like, oh, so like now that I'm looking at the ins and outs of it, and then suddenly, like, well, not suddenly, Drake's been part of Battle Rap for years now, but like it's like it just happened, like, and it's like
because I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Jacob was
he's
part of
like a massive Battle Rap fan.
Is it? Okay. Okay, so now
Bear
it makes a
rappers
bit more
are
sense.
P Diddy, like Jay-Z, like Joe Budden, like, cause Joe Budden had a
yeah, but Joe Budden,
had
I know about Joe Budden.
Slaughter and stuff.
Yeah, I know about Joe
Hollow
Budden.
the Dawn versus
But okay, so
However
what's Drake like? What has been his involvement up until this point, or why is it such a?
Drake is just a financier for culture, like and he helps culture move forward. Really, like he's
well, because caffeine does primarily. Is it primarily gaming, or is it primarily?
Yeah, it's
primarily gaming, isn't it?
Gaming streaming app.
But the battle rappers use that as the battle rap URL use that as a. Okay.
Yeah, like I thought they were gonna have a sports merger. This is the thing, but obviously, like they done gaming, which is also a good way because with the URL TV.tv app and stuff.
Okay, now it's all making sense. Okay.
They've got like scoring things and like.
So now there's gonna be like a league, kind of.
No, there is leagues. There's like Bullpen. Oh wait, you work in battle rap, innit? You work wait, no,
someone
you
I know
do.
does.
Yeah. Oh, you do. I thought you done content for it, but never mind.
No,
okay. Yeah, mix that information up, but yeah. So all of that just kind of intertwines. Like there's Bullpen, Don't Flop in England. Like they've been in England as well. 2017, I think it was. I think did they do the Gnome here? But yeah, they've got all sorts of like massive events like Gnome, Summer Impact, Summer Madness. Like now recently they've got Genesis and all of that stuff. But yeah, this is just like one of the big ones because Smack is the forefront of battle rap basically. And this is just like, because I was really intrigued in this because it was like just a moving in on culture and like Drake being like the connector of that. It was just mad interesting for me just to like witness what he's doing and like what he's deciding to do with it and everything. Like I was low-key wild, like on a little tip. I was like
his Drake's business game has always been
man,
top notch though, hasn't it?
Yeah, like
he knows what he's doing.
Like, because when I think about curating the 20s and stuff and yeah, just orchestrating all of these things that I'm orchestrating, it's like, oh, so this is kind of like one way, and then there's another way, and then like, because obviously like when I was a kid, rap was just rap, but now rap is big business and it can help you finance certain other things that you do. So you got Kanye in footwear, you got Rihanna with LVMH. Oh, excuse me. You got Rihanna with LVMH. Beyonce's book got an Ivy Park line out. You got all of these other people doing like so many different things. You got Cardi B and Fashion Nova, and like, I've heard about that once and stuff. And yeah, it's just okay. Like there's just a different landscape of culture and equity in America for music. Like that one we don't even have here, but obviously career of the 20th. Yeah,
it's the motive. Yeah, it's mad.
But no, that was just like a big deal for me personally.
Yeah, we need more. We do need more of this in the UK.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just want to see it. Oh, fam. No, man, culture gets me excited, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
Especially like no matter what, like whatever, because really and truly, like UK music is just a subculture now. Like I've seen that it's recognized as a subculture of American music and not the other way around, or not an entity in itself. So it's different for me.
Which makes sense when you think about it, if you get what I mean. Like just from,
I think I get what you mean, but I just want to like, say no.
No, yeah.
I get what you mean.
Not saying that's right or it's the most ideal scenario, but it's not an unfathomable thing, or it's quite easily explainable, which is unfortunate. But hopefully this next decade that all changes.
Curate over 20.
Is there any new music you've been listening to? Any other tunes? Did you hear about that guy who got sampled because his Splice kit? And actually, I want to speak about this. There's this guy that got sampled by Justin Bieber and Pooh Bear. You know who Pooh Bear is, isn't it?
Yeah.
His right hand man, songwriter extraordinaire. They've used a Splice sample.
What's Splice?
Splice. So basically,
that's what
it's this website where you can
download
download all the samples.
Kits.
Kits, and you can get drum samples and loop samples. And they've basically got a loop sample. They've got a loop sample, and
what song is it though?
His next single. So he's got 3 singles out.
Okay.
And it's one of 3 singles for Justin Bieber's new comeback album, right?
Okay.
So, because of the nature of how Justin Bieber has gotten that loop, he has no rights
to the song.
for songwriting credits, and no because of the nature of it.
Because Splice.
Because it's Splice, it's like royalty free. They're royalty free loops. So whatever that producer has paid for those loops, that's what it cost.
So like the song is basically worth nothing. So the song is basically
for the producer,
free.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny, bro.
And do you know what? Because it begs the question. It's like for producers, it's funny because for producers, like for upcoming producers, for people who are like learning to do music, for people who are trying to understand music, Splice is a good thing, you know?
Yeah,
it's a way to get.
Like I learned about it 2 weeks ago or so like that. Yeah. But I was like, okay.
But when it comes to like professionals using it, which there's nothing against, and to be honest, as part of someone's process, like it's so easy to use. It sounds like I'm plugging Splice, but you can literally drag shit and put it straight from the little thing that's on your desktop, drag it straight into your program. So like as a professional, it must be even better. But then it begs the question of, should there be something in place where it's like that, where it's or not that's not the question. The question is it actually worth producers putting their sound kits up on platforms like that?
Wait, so
the producer,
the producer that made Justin Bieber's song paid for that sound kit?
No. Yes, he paid for that sound kit,
okay,
but he didn't pay for the sound kit. He paid for Splice, which the sound kit was on. So he's paying what, like, if he's getting the top package, he's probably paying what, like £15
Yo.
and he's getting whatever amount of samples he wants. Well, you get like 1,500 credits, I think is the top tier. So that's, you get maybe loops are 2 credits. A whole pack might be just under 100.
Did you say 15 a month?
15 a month, yeah.
Okay. Yo.
So
professional producers.
The producer gets a royalty. The producer gets a royalty, like as in however many times their kits are downloaded or their samples are they will get like a check.
Okay.
But nowhere near what he's gonna get for getting a.
Oh, so the other producer on the other side.
Yes.
Doesn't get
made
paid
the loop
the right amount.
No, of course he doesn't get. That's why
I was like, wait.
It's a backward circle. So basically, the producer that made Justin Bieber
basically
song
gets all the money.
Well,
and the producer
the producer other than the producer
gets all the money.
Yeah, because the producer who used the producer who used that loop, it's royalty free, so it's technically he gets full writing credits for that song.
Oh yeah, no, that's normal, fam. That's it, bruv. Like, bro.
But the question is but my point is, if because it does beg the question. It's like what he wouldn't get credits. He has no connection to Justin Bieber whatsoever. The fact that Justin Bieber has essentially used one of his loops for free, regardless of whether he's got paid or not, it's like he wouldn't have had that connection regardless if he didn't put it on Splice.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And that's that.
That, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but it just begs the question, is it worth, would you say that that's what makes it worth putting your kits on Splice anyway? Even for not the paycheck, because the one thing that is good.
How does the guy know?
Seeing a lot of people talk about it. Like,
how did the guy know that that's his one?
Because there was a listener there was a fan of this guy called Lack City Music, and
Andrew Laxara.
Yeah. I know, I saw that, but he's seen his he's listened to the song. He's like, I recognize this loop, and he's gone back to an old song of his fans. The fans gone back to one of his old songs and compared them, and it is the exact same loop that is used on his kit and put up on Splice.
That's cool.
So that's how he's figured it out.
Shout out to the nerds. But yeah, no, it's totally fair.
But do you think it's worth producers still using something like that?
First of all, I don't think.
If you was in his shoes, what would you be doing next? Because one good thing that's come out of it is people are talking about it and saying he's done this, and like pointing.
That's cute.
You know what I mean? Well, and hold up, not to go. He should be getting his dues.
How big is
not
that
to be
guy,
getting
though?
his dues? Small. He's not. But he's got a following. He's got followings.
That's jokes, man. That is jokes. That's jokes. Wait, fam. A little fan just found the ting.
Mm-hmm.
The ting, and first of all, if you're putting yourself on Splice, then that's to be expected.
No, of course, 100%, and that's what everyone understands.
And Justin Bieber has nothing to do with what the producer wants to do.
Oh no,
with
100%. No, yeah, it's nothing about Justin Bieber whatsoever.
So that's like literally out of serendipity. That could have been anyone.
Anyone, yeah, it's true.
That could have been someone with even one follower, but it's just sort of the fact that that guy's got a following enough to be up in the ranks to be seen. Like, I've never seen Splice physically, but I pretty much know how it works as an app. That you see the better ones higher than you see the ones with like less of a following or less of a download.
It's like a Spotify for sounds.
Yeah, like and like if you're a great curator of like sounds, you can like just whisk through any sound that you want and find like the best one and all of that stuff.
Well, you're generally just looking for a specific sound, isn't it? You'll type in this kind of like.
If that's the type of person you want to be, then yeah, that's.
But when you say that type of person, what do you mean?
Like if you want to put your stuff on Splice and get your little paychecks, then that's calm, fam. That's you. That is you. That's
my question.
That is your business model. That is your business model. That is nothing to do with Splice, the producer that used your beat, or Justin Bieber. That is your business model. But that's
the question. Do you think something like that gets in the way of you growing on the other side?
Me, personally, I wouldn't do it. But me, personally, I'm a different mind. That's just like the full scale of it. Like I'm just I just think different about stuff that I own in general. So,
well, I guess because that's why I asked it, because it comes back to that question of like, are you devaluing what you are creating?
bro, no, it's not. It's not even about devaluing or like adding value. It's just that is your business model, obviously, and like obviously, I've got my book out talking about this type of stuff. But yeah, like if that is the way that you want to format how you make your money and how you pay your rent, then that's good for you, bro. That is you. Like I said, nobody outside of that, Splice, Justin Bieber's producer, Justin Bieber, they got nothing to do with that. That you decided to create your business model like that.
No, 100%. They're paying for a service and they're getting the service.
It's just like that, fam. It's literally. I couldn't. And if you want a bare business model, come pay me.
Follow me on Patreon.
That's jokes. But no, genuinely, that's fine. Like, I feel like, yeah, everything is all, above board and stuff. Yeah. No one done anyone in. Like, someone wanted to do something one way, so did these people. That producer wanted to do that thing that way. Justin Bieber comes into a room, he's listening to a song. He doesn't care about where everything's got because he can pay. Like, he can pay for someone that he could pay for a Stevie Wonder sample, in fact. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
But
so
it just so happened that this one was cost
he's
$5.99.
worth, yes, literally. And even more so, that's even better for Justin Bieber's producer, because now he's using royalty-free stuff, so that means his cut is even bigger.
Yeah.
So then instead of that 100% being 60% because they use a Stevie Wonder sample, or even 50%, so they're gonna have to split that 50. They get to have the 100% of the music. So then they get to split the thing 50-50. Well, one quarter. Or however Justin Bieber's thing is structured. Yeah. But yeah. For those who don't know, music, production royalties are split in 200% in it. So
and then split.
So usually the production studio, or like the production house, gets like 100%.
Yeah.
And like the producer, the beat maker, and the songwriter split that the other 100% 50-50. But yeah, what's next?
I want to get your views on the Jussie Smollet situation. The Jussie.
What views particularly?
Jussie Smollet. What do you think? Because he got acquitted of it firstly, didn't he? At first. And then
I don't think. Did he get acquitted?
Yeah. They've charged him again. They've brought up new charges.
Okay, so they charged him for lying to the court, I think.
It was something like that.
Perjury, wasting police funds or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because basically, it was one of the police chiefs has come back and said, "Yo, we need to get him for this because,
of course,
you know what I mean, waste police time." It's just crazy.
Someone on Twitter
but
said,
there are people backing it, and I just don't get that.
Someone on Twitter said he made the mistake of blaming two white people. That if he blamed two black people, it would have disappeared by now.
Mad.
Oh man, that's jokes, bruv.
So mad.
Oh man, it's fine though. Whatever happens to him. It's not even. He's not an A-list celebrity. He's not big enough to get away with this. It's
it's just the most stupid thing.
What do you think about it?
I don't know. I just feel like it's just. Do you know what was funny? Is because what made me think about it is I saw this video of this. She was on TV, just fully backing it. She's like, he should just be getting a smack on the wrist and getting told to let go. This stuff does actually happen all the time in real life.
You're talking about Amanda Seales.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I was just like, that's insanity. That's crazy shit. Like, and then I just think, is she doing it for a performance to be contrarian? Like, because that's the only logical thing I can see as to why she's, you know what I mean? Because it just doesn't make any sense, that argument.
Okay, and this is a little bit more interesting. Basically, what Amanda Seales is a defender of blackness, no matter what the cost is. So whether she agrees or disagrees with someone's personal action, she's not going to do that.
Yeah, but
that's on a super public forum. However, she has done that in the past, like with some certain prisoner. So like, but
yeah, but this in particular,
thing,
she's
Jussie
defending
Smollet
something that was just straight up
black
lying.
Man. He's a gay black man, and just thinking about if it were, because I think she said something like, if it were a white guy, he'd probably be getting a smack on the wrist or whatever she said. I don't know what she said. I don't know, but it was just like she was.
It was along those lines, but it's like
it had that comparative structure. So yeah, like I don't know why she picked this one to defend, because
that's the exact point. It's not the fact
like,
of what she was defending; it's what she was defending specifically. Like, this, like in my opinion, this can't do nothing but defending something that's actually where someone's actually lied and set up something for their own personal gain, nothing other than that, for their own personal gain, using the aspect of them being a gay black man as their defense as to why something like this inevitably did happen, when he knows full well it didn't, just to get some for his own personal gain, you know, and then defending that when it's very much clear that it is not true, and she even knows it's not true, and defending that as something that, he should just be told off him.
Well, actually, we don't know that he got acquitted. I swear
he did.
So
but there was enough evidence. Well, yeah,
there wasn't any evidence he got acquitted. But
yeah, I guess so.
So I'm not of the belief. Like, this is where I defend blackness. Like, if someone gets acquitted, fam, that's it, bruv.
It's done.
At the same token, like, whether you want to believe it being a lie or not, that is certainly up to you. But those were the wrong charges for the police to get him on. They needed a new charge, and once you have such a petty charge like that, because what the police did is petty, that is a petty charge, so then they can bump up and like stack up the prosecution, basically, which is what they do. Like, they get a little one, like a tiny crime, like with crack cocaine.
But didn't they find the guys who was acting
like
in it?
40 years or something.
I swear that, because they testified, didn't they? Didn't the guys, because they got the guys, and they the two guys that
bro, this is not my topic, bro.
Mad, crazy.
I am neither heads nor tails. I am a non-participant.
Crazy shit.
But yeah, you can stack up the prosecution and like literally throw the book at someone for probably something that would get someone community service, but because he just happens to be who he is. And now this is actually the part where it's like, you're a gay black man, you're not going to get away with this. This is actually the part. But because of the premise, the police will get away with it, and that's it. It's like, yeah, because people think like you lied anyway, so you should definitely get the book thrown at you. It's like, okay, he's 100% not going to get away with this, and he's not even going to get a little bit of respite, whereby like lying to the I don't know what the charge the police has, because I know it's not perjury.
I can't remember what the first one was,
because it's definitely not perjury, but it's like, it's probably something like misuse of police resources or something.
Well,
like,
I think that's what this second one was. I don't know if the first one was.
No, I need to know what the second one is, but something really petty like that wouldn't really matter if he was just as rich, but why? Or just as knowable, and why? What's the one that they've got him on, that the police are getting him on right now?
2019, Jussie Smollet tells police 2 attackers made reference of Maggot. Sports and celebrities. Oh wait,
That's jokes.
fusing and handovers.
His story is funny. Did he say they
weird.
pour bleach
I'm the
on him
gay
or something?
Tupac. I remember him saying.
Yeah, Goopak. Goopak.
Phone records submitted. Justin gives police PDF file of his phone records after they had originally asked for his phone, but the files were redacted. Some bits are covered up. Persons of interest arrested by police. What was the trajectory and investigation?
They didn't get anything.
They didn't, did they?
The special investigator.
Oh, is charged by police. Is now officially classified and criminalised for filing a false police report. Oh, detectives are currently presented evidence before a Cook County.
Sorry about that.
Actor is charged with disorderly conduct, filing a false police report.
Disorderly
Conduct.
Filing a false police report. How
yeah.
much? What's the general consensus on like the prosecution on that? Like,
Mr. Smolett say they will conduct a thorough investigation about an aggressive defence. That's what the Smollett's lawyer said. Felony charges have been approved.
I hope he gets acquitted of this one as well, fam. That would just be banner. Wait, is it the state? Is it the state prosecuting him, or is it?
It's the county. Chicago
Okay,
Police
yeah,
County.
yeah. I want him to get acquitted of that. He's not gonna get the state. The state would actually do him in. But
his face over Tupac album. What?
What's it called? What did you say it's called again?
He got arrested. Police getting arrested. Disorderly conduct / sorry. Disorderly conduct /
drunk
filing.
in public, disturbing the police. That is genuinely a slap on the wrist. But it's not.
So he would have got a fine, is all he would have got, basically. He wouldn't have even got arrested.
That's funny, bro. They probably put him in the drunk tank if he was
Suspended from Empire. Oh, okay.
Empire's not staying on us.
It's weird because it's one of those things where people just don't really know. It's a weird one.
Fam, that is gas.
It'll be interesting to see how it
Gas
actually
Mark
comes
7.
up. Gas Mark 7.
Man just wants to show him the cleats.
Man, show him the cleats. The cleats.
No, my leg shouldn't be that high. Still. That's a bit gay.
Pause. Wait.
Anyway.
Yeah. Next topic. Next one.
Yeah, fam.
What you got?
What's it? Amanda. What's her name?
Seals.
Again? No. Amber Heard.
Amber Heard. Oh yeah, we need to.
Basically, we were going to talk about this last week, but obviously more information has come out, so it's still.
Oh, I haven't heard the latest. I know that there was the phone call where she was basically saying no one's going to believe you. That's the last I heard.
Okay, let's talk from that one. But
is there that much more? Shit.
That
woman's a
like
lunatic,
an hour more.
man.
There's an hour more. I didn't know she was an Aquaman. You know.
An Aquaman. Yeah. She's big actress.
She's a big star.
She's a big actress. She's not a joke. She's not a small time. She's big actress, man.
And she's like a real bully in real life. IRL. That's joke.
Crazy shit, man.
That is absolutely menacing.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, which you probably do, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, they were married for 10 months, or is it less than that? 6 months, something like that. But from they had been together for I think a couple of years. I can't remember the exact numbers or details, but they'd been together for not too long. But whilst they'd been together, Amber Heard was quite aggressive and she'd been abusing him. And initially, she came forward as sort of she came forward claiming that Johnny Depp had abused her, but as time went on and their court cases were getting more intense, Johnny Depp had released audio of their phone conversations.
Basically, Johnny Depp said to his accuser, his abuser, "I'm done with this. I'm done defending you.
Yeah.
I am going to show people the truth." After many months of people destroying Johnny Depp's character, him being kicked off Pirates of the Caribbean,
that's
and
crazy,
all sorts. But yeah, I just found out disorderly conduct is a Class C misdemeanor. If you don't know what a misdemeanor is, it is 100% a slap on the wrist, 30 days in jail, possibly up to,
up to,
and a £500 fine. In general, most people end up with a fine.
That's crazy.
Or a fine and probation, but whatever. But this Johnny Depp thing is absolutely nuts because the main thing about this for me is that men and women don't hear each other. That's like what really gets me about this. It's like men and women don't listen to each other. It's like a shouting match. Like obviously, well, it's
what do you mean in the general sort of discourse?
In the general discourse, men and women don't listen to each other. So it's almost impossible for a woman to understand a man's rights perspective, and most misogynistic scenarios, it's hard for a man to understand a woman's perspective unless you're a really feminine guy. Then you will, or you're a guy that don't get no play, then you're 100% gonna understand what women are saying as soon as they say it. Out there that are also vegans and want to play up to women so that they can get a little bit of nookie, but that's neither here nor there, and that's just what guys do for the pussy. But generally, women and men don't hear each other, and especially in these rocky times whereby because this has been happening for so long now, like a woman will say something and it's like, what about the man's perspective of it? But at the time that the women were saying those type of things, we should have just been listening. If we had just let women finish, then we probably would have got a say as well. But because that's not the way it went, everything went to the absolute violent extreme, and now we have this Me Too movement because men were not listening to women. So in the end, it's low-key's men's fault, but whatever. And like, because first of all, I don't even understand the girls in the 20s that I talk about this stuff, but I've dealt with this for a very long time. I've studied this for a very long time, and when men were talking about their emotional responses to certain things, especially on the internet and stuff, and like just act to whenever a man's being more than emotional, or more than known for a man to be emotional, they kind of act in a more, what's this word, like women like they act adversely to like when a man's opening up emotionally. And I've also tested this out by myself in the field because, you know, I get girls like this, so I could do whatever I feel like. But on a general basis, men can't speak to women about anything emotional, or else you're seen as less of a man.
It's one of those things where it's like, even though if you asked girls or you mentioned that, like, and said, oh, even if they said, oh, if a man was emotional, what would you say? Or what would your reaction be? A lot of them would probably go, oh, like, yeah, like, that's nice. I want to see that.
No, yeah, they probably would. But if the man was her boyfriend and they were having sex and they had a interpersonal relationship,
it'd probably be different.
They do not want that from a man.
Yeah. But I think it's more apparent before you even get to that. You know what I mean? Like, I think just in general, like if we're talking, I'm not, because obviously you'll have different cases. It's not that every single woman would be like that.
Every single woman would be like that.
No, I don't think that's true. You know what I mean? Obviously, but in most things you get anomalies. But yeah, I think generally
women are like that.
Yeah, that's the general consensus of like, that's just the dynamic. You know what I mean? Women want a guy who's more emotionally, like, can hold his emotions together better and doesn't show that as much, and they want him to be someone who they can rely on to have their emotions together, you know. That's it.
No, fam, no. Basically,
Yeah,
women are just generally bad when a man is opening up. They are generally bad. I don't know why you're nodding your head like that unless you're going.
No, I'm not.
You're doing. No, you're doing the.
You don't want to say what you want to say. Like,
No, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but if
continue.
you're
I ain't got no objections.
you're objecting with your body language.
Did I not just agree with you?
No,
Vocally?
you went. You done the.
What, okay, but what did I? What did I say when I asked you? It wasn't anything.
Head nod. Like, okay then.
You just read into that.
Women are because that is literally your tell whenever you disagree. But I'm gonna say something.
I just agreed with you vocally.
Your body language was saying otherwise. When I said worse. Anyways, as I was saying, women
I'm just
are
gonna do
bad.
that like this now to throw him off.
Women are bad. Fam, you have other tells. But women are bad. Like generally bad with men and men's emotions, and men have to hold everything in, and that leads to a lot of stress and depression on men's side. And like men's depression is quite super high, and men probably wouldn't even admit to falling into a depression or a depressive state or a manic state, like unless a guy acts really, really adversely to a woman, nobody's really gonna know. And that's kind of like the terrible part about this. But like the reason I say all of that is because I feel like now this is one of those groundbreaking cases, just like an Epstein or Weinstein. It's like, okay, do you see it now? Do you see how terrible it is when women think it's okay to hit men? Do you see what it sounds like when what you think is the case is said out loud in a real argument? And
the weirdest thing for me about it all though is some people's reaction I'm seeing where it's like just where I've seen here and now too. I think I spoke to you about this before, even where some people are just like, well, it's kind of like, well, this is like not saying it outright like, well, this is payback, but kind of that like narrative, you know. And I just find that so strange.
How old were the people that are saying
I don't know, I just you know, it's Twitter, isn't it? But
you can tell.
Well, yeah, no, you can tell how old people are on Twitter, but it's not that they seem like they were like 16, 15. They didn't seem that old.
No,
but
I didn't say
I
that.
don't know.
I asked how old
I
did
don't
they
know.
seem?
I don't know.
How old did they seem?
Definitely in their 20s.
In which 20s? Their late 20s like me? Their early 20s?
I don't know.
Mid-20s like you?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm asking for a simple answer.
I don't know. And I'm giving you a simple answer. I don't know.
No, that's an avoidance, but
that's not an avoidance. Like
we
genuine. What have I
carry
got to
on.
avoid? I actually don't
we
know. I
carry
can't
on.
remember.
Because basically, this is the funny part about this is that women aren't seeing, like, now they see the grey. When the grey is really, really dark. Like,
What do you mean the grey?
This is a dark gradient of the grey.
What do you mean the grey?
With abuse.
Okay.
Like, there's a grey in abuse. Like Chris Brown, Rihanna, it was very black and white. Chris Brown's a bad person, even though it was a mutually abusive and toxic relationship. Yeah. But Chris Brown is the bad guy. That's black and white. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's all of these things. But when the woman is the active aggressor in the majority, well, probably all of the situations,
grey? I find that so interesting.
Women are seeing the grey area where it's like, he obviously hit her back, and he's obviously lying, and he's doing all of this and saying all of that, and blah blah blah. Like, they are saying he participated as well. Why didn't he walk away? Why is all of, like, that's when all of these things come into play. And like this, and I realized this quite some time ago, where it's like people just like to defend their gender and defend their group, and people that usually don't defend their group are not a great part in it. So like I was talking about them simp men before, it's like if you're like less than a beta, you're like a guppy or a plankton in a male sphere, you are going to boost up your feminine traits so that you can get closer to women. And those are the more dangerous of men, really. And those are the more dangerous men that participate with those actions. But people just like to defend their group. And but in general, I'm like positive about this, where it's like, hopefully Johnny Depp is such a big figure, more people come out and against their abuser, because what he done was genuinely brave, which is the funny part. Is like it's not funny, but it's like it was brave. I like and doing that to someone, because in the tapes you can hear he was pleading and he loved her to the nth degree, but because of the way that she was acting and certain things that she said, he just had enough. And this is what it looks like when you've had enough of your abuser and stuff is coming out to the contrary of what you've been saying for years. So yeah, it's like yeah, it's just a whole, like, he was fully cool with like her being the victim in the scenario to the public, and her going on tours. You just didn't want her to bash his name and stuff like that, innit? And then yeah, this is happening.
Still did. It's crazy.
But yeah, like she done what she did. He's doing what he's doing. They're playing again. Well, this is real life, and hopefully in the next couple of years, men and women will have a deeper understanding of each other, because like we don't do wars and all of this type stuff. Like, we're having to deal with each other emotionally, and that's really long. So yeah, like, we've been at it for like
take a while.
60 years. So 60 more won't hurt.
60 more won't hurt. Probably take longer than that. Jeez. Who knows though?
No, I estimate 60 max.
Well, you estimate 60 more years?
Max.
We'll see.
Max. Because really it's just men and women understanding each other in
just the social aspect.
an interpersonal relationship. So bringing back together the man-woman household, and as more women are just like forthwith and stuff.
What?
More women are upfront, and they are more masculine in the way that they go after what they want. So yeah, they have that in them. But yeah, and more men are understanding the feminine. So it's just that scale just needs to be balanced a little bit more. But what's the next one, fam?
Don't know.
You don't know.
You had a video about hooking up.
That's jokes. Hooking up?
Yeah.
What's hooking up?
Put that in the chat.
Bro, you're going to have to give me a little bit more source than
you
that.
You posted it, fam, about hooking up. Just in life, like with guys and girls, just random hookups.
Hooking up. No. Oh. Did you actually watch the video?
Yes, I did.
Oh. Then why did you say it's about hooking up?
Well,
that was a catchy title, fam. Goodness gracious me. Oh my days.
Fucking hell.
Hooking
I
up.
thought that's what,
that video is not about hooking up. But okay. Basically,
you posted. You can't even remember what you posted.
No, I remember that I wanted to speak about. Well, I wanted to talk about it, but this just feeds more into like this masculinity thing we're talking about. I've recently been asked about how did I learn to be a man and all of these things, and
who asked you that?
Guess. Don't say.
Guess. Don't say.
But yeah, it's a bit of a mad like I said, what did I say again? I said, I can easily answer you this question, I think. Do you think I am a man?
Do I think you're a man? Yeah.
Do you like the type of man that I am?
Sometimes.
Okay. And that is me learning to be a man. Do you like, there's a difference between you liking me as a man and liking me as myself. There's a difference.
Oh, do I like you? Okay. So do I like your
type
philosophy?
Of man I am. Yeah. That
do
is
I
the
like?
type
Yeah,
of man I am.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah. And that is me learning to be a man. But generally,
what do you mean? That's you learning to be a man? As in,
that's
if the
that's
people
what
like,
that's like. No,
if the people around you appreciate who.
Because a lot of being a man is how you construct your social hierarchy.
Yeah.
And if you are a willing participant, because we spoke about this before, about are you a valued member to your community? And if you aren't, you'd be less of a man. If you're like a mooch, let's say, and that's not saying that people that just take money from you, it's like you take energy, you take all of these things away from us, you take time, like it's not a joy being around you, like that's a mooch. So it doesn't matter, like everyone's always gonna make money possibly, but it's like you don't bring anything to the table. So yeah, it's like when a man doesn't bring anything to the table, he isn't a man. Or when a male doesn't bring anything to the table, he isn't a man. And like, cause I forgot what it's called. What was that thing that they were talking about? You're good at remembering those things.
What?
Like either building a family or like going off to be like a monk. To like,
what's
that thing called again?
Well, no, it was either getting married or being a monk.
Yeah,
that's what was in that specific video.
Yeah,
it was like, it's just using your energy.
What's that type of thing called? What is it called? What's it called? It's called something. It's called a specific phrase. Wait, 2 seconds. It's called a specific phrase. I can't believe we don't remember it.
Wait, and what is it? Okay, if you speak, what is it? What is the essence of what the other thing is? Because there's being a monk, but there's being married.
It's the being a monk thing. It's like it's the going out and just using your creative energies to make things.
Sexual transmutation.
Well, obviously.
Transmutation of the energy. I don't know, but that's what I kind of. That's essentially what it was talking about.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
But I want to remember what the phrase was.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's lost on me. But yeah, it's... it all comes back to that idea of like just procrastination it can like take many forms, you know? And I think that applies to coming into who you are as a person as well. As in, of being a man. You can procrastinate on being your best self, and that doesn't just apply to the things that you do or your
women are the
responsibilities.
ultimate procrastination.
Yeah.
Men
100%.
use women to feel like more of a man, but the thing is, women are meant to be your aid in becoming the best man. But if you don't know what your best self is, you're abusing a woman. In about 40 years, that's going to be a very hot topic, but I'm talking about it now. You're abusing a woman if you don't know who you are, but you're still with her. I 100% believe that.
Interesting.
That's abuse, because women don't like their time wasted, for one.
Interesting.
But you're wasting her time not knowing who you are.
Interesting. That's an interesting idea.
It's not.
But what do you think about? Okay, what do you think about two people who don't know who they are?
Two people. Well,
and
the thing is, are they helping each other find themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
No, because most people are just two lost people.
But that's most people. But I'm saying because of course, we can talk about most people,
But
and
then, at least
and
you
the-
know you're
and
lost.
the general. Yeah, exactly.
At
That's what
least
I'm saying.
you like if you're aware that you're lost,
You're on the path at least.
and then you're gonna try something,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not wondering.
Mm-hmm.
WAND. You're not wondering. It's like, at least then, you're because you're trying something. Because if you're not wondering, that means you're trying. You're heading in a direction. It may not be, it may not be your true north, but you're trying something. But me personally, if I didn't know my true north, I wouldn't be fucking with women. I haven't fucked with women when I didn't know my true north.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly.
Interesting. Yeah, I think generally you're right. I think because at the end of the day,
I believe I'm right most of the time, so that's okay. Oh shit, sorry about that. Yeah, what were you saying?
is it right? Oh, okay, that's. Can I, get one time. Give it a one time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think generally you're right. Like, it's at the end of the day, if you've got stuff to sort out, trying to navigate a relationship, or like of course it's gonna make things difficult, not just for you but for everyone involved, isn't it?
Bro,
And
your family's not gonna like you. Your friends aren't gonna like you.
what
If you don't know yourself.
Yeah.
Your workspace isn't gonna like you.
Yeah, but
and then all of a sudden you bring a random woman in that doesn't know you from Adam, so she doesn't even know you're lost. But because you're so good at being yourself, or being a man that can get women, then like until all of that facade drops away, which is like 6-7 months down the line or something, then she would 100% not she until that facade drops away, she will 100% not know. But yeah, I care about that a lot. I care about not wasting women's time. I care about that.
That's true.
No, man, women taught me a lot, like in the past 2 years, like because I'm not saying that I wasn't around women, I was like just speaking to them, and we shared each other's time, and I taught them certain things about men so that they can pick the best man, and or at least I tried. But 100% when they were speaking about women, and mainly black women as well, I learned from those conversations. When you're speaking to a woman and actually listening to what she's saying, because like I'm sure when women are talking, they didn't ask for a response until they speak, like they're waiting for a response, and you got to know the two different tones.
Yeah, and with that, I think people are all different. I think it's that idea in it. It's like, as long as you're trying to get better in all aspects of that, in all aspects of your relationships, because I think as much as you're right, it applies to women stuff as well. I think that applies to all relationships, like even with your family, with your peer group, and
like I said, your friends will hate you, your work will hate you, your family will hate you, fam. But when they're not around you,
they'll hate you.
No, they'll like you better.
I was like, what? That's jokes. Yeah,
no, man, like, yeah. Like, because when I think about my journey, it's like, these past 3 years, nobody saw me, really. Like, no one was seeing me. People were speaking to me, but no one was seeing me. And I'm not saying that I was lost. I just wanted to make certain decisions about how I was going to attack the 20s in the past, like since 2016. So I formulated the right angle and stuff. And yeah, it became what it became. And that's just, well, it's becoming what it's becoming. Like, what I am becoming. So yeah. Like, look at me now, man.
Glow.
Thank you. I'm fucking elite, bro.
Damn. Damn.
You know that sauce, the drip.
Okay, calm down, bro.
The awesomeness.
Calm down, bro.
The awesomeness. Why is my phone not charging? But yeah, do you have anything else on that topic?
Your phone don't like you? No.
It's on 90%. That's why I took it off charge.
What, it takes it off charge on 90%?
No. I took it off charge.
Oh, you took it off charge.
I saw it was on.
Have I got any more on that topic?
Mm.
Not really, no. Other than what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. No.
We get to music.
Okay.
Music.
Alright.
The one time for the one time. Got that little Corona with the lime.
I actually had one today. That thing.
That's gotta be so funny, bro.
What?
Corona
Virus, innit? Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't Lewisham. Someone said Lewisham has seen worse. It will be alright, fam. I low-key took offense to that, but that was just so funny, bro. Oh man.
Damn.
That's an absolute banter. But yeah, music. The first thing that I saw is that Kanye reached a settlement with EMI.
Yes.
Recently, January the 31st or something. Or whenever it was. I think that's when I found out, to be fair. But yeah.
It's a weird one, isn't it? And they were countersuing.
But obviously, well, that's what you do in it. Like,
yeah, no, of course. No,
that's what a lawyer battle is.
Yeah, yeah.
You sue and then they counter sue.
Yeah, but it was specifically saying he
and sue surf.
He was he signed multiple deals. He re-signed multiple deals. Like looking them back in. But it's interesting. So what does now?
A lifetime contract with no years off at 20, and somebody told you that, or you had that type of contract in front of you. Is that what you would you sign that? No. Are you sure? At 20?
At 20.
When you first started making beats.
When I didn't know, probably. Hey, who knows? This is the funny thing of what the music industry is, and it's that sparkle. It's that life-changing moment. It's not just how you're marketed as an artist. It's the whole process of becoming an artist for the artist as well, isn't it? It's like it's sold to you. It's that moment of you writing a paper is all led up. You know, you're buttered up all up until that moment. So, yeah, who knows? It's hard for me to say. I'd like to think I wouldn't, but until I was in that situation. Obviously now, nah. It'd still be hard. Yeah. Because you're looking at all those figures, but my better self would know. My better self would know. I'd know not to do that until I had legal advice.
You know you wouldn't sign a lifetime deal.
No, of course I wouldn't.
It's ridiculous. But
you know.
Oh, fam. But this is the thing. I think this is something that I wanted to say. It's like signing a contract is not you winning.
Yeah.
That is like the main thing that I think I wanted to say. Like when I dropped that, it's like signing up like for new artists. I was thinking about new artists when I dropped that. And I was like, signing a contract is not you winning. I've seen a lot of people that sell themselves off that don't understand what it means when they sign a contract and they get a little bit of paper, because I've spoke about this for about 3, maybe 4 different times in the past 4 weeks about certain artists or just the UK in general, which is like becoming a theme of this podcast when I talk about the UK music scene. No one, unless your name is Chip, is getting about 100k, and like no one is getting 100k contract more than 100k. No one is getting more than 100k in general. But yeah, that little bit of paper, you're selling
everything. But even when you put it in perspective of what you're giving away, more than likely, even for like a couple hundred, like even for like 100k of what you're probably going to be getting, are going to have to
Do you know
give
what?
away in return for that?
Do you know what? Do you know what the thing is?
Because you're still
I
giving.
literally just forgot what I was gonna say.
Go on, sorry. Oh yeah, for a little bit of paper.
Like no, it's like there's this thing. It's like they what the money that they're not getting it. First of all, you're not getting any money and just selling away.
Yeah.
A part of not just your brand,
But your actual.
but your
What you make.
information.
Yeah.
You're selling away your information. You're selling away the data that would only transpire when you create a fan base. Okay?
Wait, when you say data, what do you mean?
You're selling away who likes you in France, who likes you in Germany, how old they are, what race they are, what gender they are, all of these other things. You're selling that. Like when your Facebook matches with your Spotify, if you've done that, are you certain that Facebook doesn't know exactly, Spotify doesn't know exactly what race you are, exactly what gender you are, exactly what age group you're in, exactly where you're situated recently, and if you move, you think it doesn't update. So now they've got your first class, AAA star, however you want to like spin it. They've got your super duper luxe information, and on the back end of that, and Apple even more, because Apple is iTunes is Apple and Apple Music. So they know you. Like that's a different type of monopoly, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But Spotify knows you, and you're giving that up. You're giving the best part of your career to a label because you want a little bit of bread to look like a 2002 rapper. You're mad. You're absolutely mad. You're mad.
Yeah.
And like, oh fam, because there's not enough niggas like me on multiple different blocks that can tell you don't do that dumb shit. And I understand that I'm not in a super high position, so I'm putting myself in that position. So when I say, yo, don't do that dumb shit, everyone will understand. People are kind of getting it now. Us lot. But you need, like, that is dumb. The best part of your music career is in the beginning. It's when you can take the most risk. And yes, some people need a label. And signing with a label is, in fact, a risk.
But at that point, you still need the leverage.
Exactly. And your leverage is knowing. Your leverage is knowing how many tickets you're able to sell at the end of every single year. Your leverage is knowing how much you can work by yourself on your own back every month for at least 3 years consecutively. You know exactly how much effort you can put in as an individual. And then here's a sexy thing, because this is what I know now. I know how much work I need to do per month to make sure there's 4 podcasts out, there's fashion videos out, there's fashion articles out, and there's so much work that isn't making the podcast and making the writing and all of this. So now I know the different tiers of jobs that are required of certain personnel. Now we're talking about staff. Like, because a month ago or so, I was talking about knowing who your number 2 should be, and your number 3, and your number 4, and your number 5. But there's this level where it's like you should know what type of staff you need. Do you actually need someone for socials, or are you really active on socials so you don't really need that person? Or like you like being on your socials, what part of your character and people that you know is on your socials, so you're not going to give that to somebody? Or do you need someone that knows SEO, SEM, all of this stuff? Anyways, If you want consultation, yeah, fam. But seriously,
$9.99 a month.
The first 3 years of your career, you should be working your ass off, doing the most that you can. And I'm saying, what I'm actually saying is not the first 3 years that you started. I am saying when you fully decided to become this superstar that you thought you were going to be at 6-7 years old, and you actually start doing the work that month, that you start doing the work every single day to know how much work you need to do at the end of the month, and like, so I need to do this again this month, and then you do that again, and then you do that again, and then on the 4th month you see the paycheck, that little 20, 30, 40 pound or p from that first month that you started or something, and then you do that again the following month, and you get the 2nd month's check and the 4th month's check, and by the 120 something week, you know you're in the flux, you're in the flow, and by that point,
Alas, what was he talking about?
by the 120 something week, you are in your flow state. And now that you know what it feels like to actually be in flow, that is when you can start talking to people about working with / for you. A lot of artists that I know personally are not in that flow state. And that's fine. Niggas just be trying shit. But it sounds bugging me.
Is it the shop?
That's fine. People just be trying shit. But when you know that you're not just trying shit, when you found your flow, it's a sweet feeling. And obviously, I'm not bannering. This is just fun to me. It's like when you have a genuine understanding of what your efforts are. Because although a lot of people that do art say, I can never do a 9 to 5. However, that does not mean that you aren't working more than people that are doing a 9 to 5. And if you don't feel like you want to do more work than being in a 9 to 5, then you probably shouldn't be an artist, and just find a specific niche job for you in that particular field. But yeah, fam, I think that's it. I think, yeah, you guys, everybody needs to know there's no point. If it's for 20k, you could do that work by yourself. Like, there's no boost that a label, like, there's no boost that one particular label that can give you that you can't give yourself if you're new. If I don't already know you, no wait, yeah, if I don't already know you, you don't need to be with a label. And what does that mean? It means that if you're not one of the super big artists in the UK, then you don't need a label. That is the main message. And that's not going to make sense to everyone. And I'm just a broke boy from Lewisham. So yeah, what's the next one? You said Slowthai.
Slowthai. Did you see the situation?
No. Oh wait, I think KSI was there, but I just saw
oh yeah, he was on stage. He wilded out, didn't he?
Slowthai wilded out on stage.
Yeah, because basically there was the host.
Was he doing a show with KSI or something?
No, he got like the Enemy Hero Award, Hero of the Year Award.
Okay. Slowthai.
Yeah. And then as he was going on stage, he was just saying some wild stuff to the lady. He was like, he's like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was just essentially, he was being misogynistic or whatever. I can't remember exactly what he said.
When you say misogynistic, what do you mean?
No, but he was just saying stuff that was like, he was basically, he was putting moves, he was trying, he was putting moves on the host. Her name was like Kelly Ryan or something like that. But she was a comedian, right? And
wait, was he bantering with the host, or he was actually putting the moves onto the host?
Well, because I think he was just kind of being like sort of Billy Big Bollocks, you know. He was like, oh, you know how it is, babes. You know I got. You know what I do to you. Da, 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 da. So he was being pretty, you know.
He was saying stuff out of place.
What's it called? He was being essentially, and he was sort of he was doing it publicly. And what happened was, someone in the audience said to him, was like, "Oh, you misogynist," and he said, "Shut the fuck up," da, 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 da. And he's chucked the mic at them. He's chucked the mic at someone in the audience. And then what's happened is as he's gone back onto the stage to get the award, someone's chucked the mic back up at him, and he's gone over and he's chucked his wine and he's gone down and he started fighting. But yeah.
And KSI was just on stage, cash.
Yeah, he was just watching it.
That's mad.
It was mad.
How old is Slowthai again?
Oh, he's a bit older. I think he's about our age.
Nah, he can't be. Where's he from again? The middle of England?
Nottingham, yeah.
Nottingham is not the middle of England.
Where is Nottingham?
Just a bit north. It's just right there, though.
Yeah, he's our age. He's 25.
Oh, wow. He's on stage with her.
Yeah, he proper came up into her
grill.
Yeah, it's mad.
So what? Do we expect more or less from him?
Well, he's literally going up for Hero of the Year award. I know that's for his music, but still. What? Why have you got this on your Instagram, fam?
Because someone put on this. Oh, fam. But on a general basis, I don't care about Slowthai, first of all. I'm sorry to say. Don't listen to his music. It's you, man, that listen to his music and think he's cool.
You was rating him the other day. He was like, I like the artistry he's bringing. I like his artistry.
Okay. I can say something nice about somebody that I don't listen to and don't care about.
I don't really listen to him.
You listen to him in this house?
No one really listens to it, but there's a couple of songs that we've liked. And the main thing I liked about it is his music videos. We've had these discussions though. I've said the exact same thing you have. I like what he's done as an artist, but it's just funny because up until this point, and just a lot of the stuff he talks about, he's got quite a political stance on things and how, sort of a very anti-establishment kind of perspective in the way he speaks about his music. And for him to do something like this, it's just a bit mad.
It's
a bit mad.
He hates whatchamacallit. He hates the way white boys get treated, isn't it?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he's mixed race and that.
Yeah, I didn't.
So it's like someone said, rapper Slowthai, friends of Stormzy, who's affiliate of Raheem Sterling. Obviously, because of the way the Mirror and that treat black guys, because obviously he's a hero for the young youth Dems in the middle of England. I've talked about this a few times, to be fair.
Not in this particular.
I don't think in this particular setting, but obviously the guys that had how would you call it? It's factory jobs or
blue collar.
Yeah, all of those blue collar jobs that were in the middle of England, the coal mines, Birmingham and all of that stuff, and iron, all of that, and manufacturing, car manufacturing, all of that stuff, gone. So there's no point anyone being there. But you know what's there? Sainsbury's and Tesco's and all of that stuff, and truck driving. And none of those are really especially good jobs for those places, because if you don't know, those places are not well lit. But what else do I want to say? So yeah, they don't really have that many opportunities where they are. So it actually tears them up. Like, so they don't, because of the lack of opportunities, they have this type of what the fuck type character. And obviously, like, being in London is like the biggest place for opportunity in England. I want to say that very specifically. London is the biggest place for opportunity in England, even though London doesn't have the best jobs. It's just a place of opportunity, and where people are stacked up against and stacked up on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
This the weird thing about like the way London is set up. Just like, it's really a rat race here, but whatever. That I'll tell you that in my music. But when they look from the outside in and see black guys complaining about London, knowing that they could probably do well in London, but they have no ties to London, so it'd obviously be hard to move out here. It's like they hate that we complain, and they don't understand our struggle, and we don't understand their struggle, because we know if they were here, they'd be given great opportunities and treated a lot better than we would, but they don't think that way. So we have this kind of weird relationship with those guys that get treated a certain way outside of England, which is why you get don't say his name, but the really racist Don that's with a political party. Don't say his name, but the really racist Don.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, who obviously like who says stuff on like these political TV shows. Do you know who I'm talking about? Exactly.
P. Dot.
Oh my gosh.
P. Dot M.
BR. Oh my gosh, fam.
I think I do. I think I do know who you're talking about.
But yeah,
what the UKIP guy?
Yeah, but obviously we don't condone, or we don't give racist parties shouts outs on this pod. So yeah, and that's how they were galvanized back then. If nobody knows, that's how they were galvanized. Anyways, so yeah, it's just a one time for the one time. So yeah, it's just one of those hubbub things where it's like us versus them, but it really should be us with us, helping us build England. But it will never be that, because they don't think that we belong here because of the way their parents view us and how we are seen in England, and because the establishment is so big, and because at least they aren't black, so there is one tiny iota modicum speck of a chance, nano microbe of a chance, that they could once, or their legacy can once be treated just as the people with high legacies are treated today. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's why we're at odds. That's the lowdown, but like obviously I've got a dissertation on it and stuff, but generally, yeah. Like you know, your boy Jordan Peterson,
mm-hmm.
how he got people filled up in the O2 and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the niggas outside of London that aren't black.
Okay.
That's who galvanizes. That's the guys that grew up without dads, even though they do have dads. But anyway, it's weird. Their relationship with their family is also weird, just like the relationship of the guys in London. But obviously, we don't like racism, and you'd have to bend your mind quite a lot to understand or care for those white guys. But obviously, me, who just comes at this with an outside looking in mentality of like the whole landscape of England, I'm chill. I understand them.
Fair. Mad.
Yeah, man. I had to figure out who the fudge Jordan Peterson's fan base was, and all of those other white guys like Gary V and Grant Card. Like, yeah, man, them niggas. What's the next topic?
Don't know. What do you want to speak about?
Going home. Oh wait, that's the wrong GC. This is also the wrong GC. This is also the wrong GC. There's obviously who killed Malcolm X. There's Israel Adesanya. You talk about fighting.
Yeah, go on. Let's do it.
Go on then.
What do you mean? I'm not
you're
the fight.
You're the resident boxer.
Come through. What did you want to speak about on that though? Because you mentioned it earlier.
Sports.
You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I said, are you caught up on all the sports?
Not all of it, but I saw some
You're
of
the
the
resident fight correspondent.
I'm really not. But anyway, I watched.
John Jones won.
Yeah, John Jones.
Won.
It was a bit controversial.
He won.
But he won.
Just like who's the other dude? The small one from Ireland.
What, McGregor?
That's the one. He won as well. He also won in the same form and fashion. Do you know what?
Did he? They didn't win in the same form and fashion.
Not controversially, I mean.
Well, no, it wasn't controversial in the same sense.
Of course it wouldn't be. He's white.
But
you know
he
what?
won in 40 seconds. John Jones was...
Stephen A. Smith.
I
didn't know how tall Stephen A. Smith was. That dude is a giant. Well, at least
that
he
video
was
of him
standing.
hitting the pads.
He was a giant standing next to whatchamacallit.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Joe Rogan's not tall though.
And no, Joe
He's
Rogan's
like
like 5'7" to 5'9". That is, but Stephen A. Smith is just a giant. There's a difference. It's not that Joe Rogan isn't tall; he's average height. That Stephen A. Smith dude, that's a giant. He's like 6'4".
Is he 6'4"? Probably, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a full head height taller than Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was not sitting down, bro. That dude was standing up. But yeah,
the John Jones fight. Did you watch the John Jones fight?
No, man.
You didn't.
You're a resident fight correspondent. Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
Well, then why are you saying you asked me if I'm caught up on the fighting news?
Because you're the fat dude.
That's what you told yourself.
So you're not the fat dude.
No. No, do you know what? I haven't watched. The only one I've watched.
Those are the sports.
The only one I watched was John Jones. The other ones I didn't watch. Israel Adesanya.
It was only the face to face that I sent you.
Oh, I didn't watch. No, I didn't watch that. Do you know what actually happened with that?
It was just a funny face to face, man.
Apparently, he was upset about that.
Banter. Apparently, see, resident fight correspondent. Just let me produce you for 5 minutes. So yeah, how was John Jones controversial?
Well, because he was losing, because he won on points, and he won on unanimous decision, didn't he? And initially he was actually losing the fight, or so what was a lot of people got from it, but it was John Jones' ability to sort of get the takedowns that pushed him over.
The wrestling.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like obviously. Like John Jones knows what he's doing, and he saw towards the end of the fight, you know what I mean, he had to pull it out of the bag, and he did. And it was probably tighter than a lot of people thought. I didn't catch the points, but from what I saw, it was actually a really good fight. It was an intense fight.
It's a good.
And that Dominic Reyes guy, he's good.
Who's Dominic Reyes?
He's the guy who fought John Jones.
Okay. So what, are they both wrestlers?
No, well, most of it was stand up. John Jones he's quite like the reason he's dominated quite well is because he's pretty good all round. He's just a beast, you know. John Jones is just a beast, but his takedown game's strong.
I heard a lot of people don't get that even if everybody was taking steroids, they still wouldn't beat John Jones.
No, John Jones is a beast. He's just genetically, he's a big, strong guy who can move well. You know.
That's dope, fam.
It was a good fight. Yeah, no, I'm looking for. I think it's mad. Him and Israel Adesanya's fighting.
2021.
That's mad.
That means Israel's gonna go up 2 weight classes.
That's crazy.
Do you know how nuts that is?
It's really
and not
nuts.
even have a fight before that.
Yeah, that's mad.
And raid the stadium. Well, at least that's what he's saying. He's getting a bit cocky with it now. I remember when I was cocky with my predictions. Damn, that can put you in
Israel
a hole.
Adesanya's good.
That can 100% put you in a hole. Never been so colourful.
You know.
My influence. But
other than that, I didn't watch any of the other fights.
So is that it then?
I think that's it. Unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about.
Let me check if there's new music, because we actually haven't really spoke about music, just the music industry.
New albums, new things.
Tyler, what? What is that playlist called? That's my type. That's my type.
Made for Tyler.
Made for Tyler. Oh, so I made your. Oh yeah, I listened to Chink's tape again.
Did you hear? Did you see?
The fudge. 5 Nationals. Free Nationals. Have you heard that album?
No.
Oh my god.
Free Nationals.
Yeah, you need to listen to that, bruv. It came out last year, obviously, but still.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. We got the new thing.
Westside Gumbo, our new song. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to speak about. This would have went well going after the Slowthai convo, but let's get it in. Okay. So you obviously didn't listen to the Upside Down song, I'm guessing.
Upside Down song, no.
So yeah, Royce the 5'9" brought out a song called Upside Down, Upside Down.
Okay. What, recent news?
Yeah.
Recent?
Yeah.
How recent?
As in like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's not mad recent. I thought you meant like recent.
Because obviously he came out with a song with Westside Gun, and this recent song is with Benny the Butcher, obviously. So he's giving himself the Griselda boost.
Okay.
I don't know if you listen to Overcomer, but it's also a spicy tune where he calls out white rappers, and the video is basically following a Tekashi 6ix9ine lookalike.
Oh damn! Really?
Yes, just a white Mexican. No, he didn't actually look like Tekashi, but he did have rainbow hair by the end of the video.
Damn boy.
And he pointed at somebody in court. That's it, fam.
He's actually calling people out.
Big call outs.
That's
G.
damn.
That song, first of all, you need to listen. Like, Benny the Butcher snapped. But obviously, Royce the 5'9"'s been snapping. He's just been making songs like that he wants to make. Let me just get the lyrics up. What's that song called again? Upside Down.
Upside Down, yeah.
fam. Oh, bruv, I can't even like tell you my, like, when I've heard that, like when I first heard that song, I was like, what? This is, because obviously he's like almost a gangster total sort of thing, but like when he said Bill Maher used the nigga so loosely because truthfully he uses it on the DL, and Louis C.K. knows he can say nigga in front of Pookie, but know damn well he wouldn't use it in front of DL, as in DL Hughley, innit? And obviously DL Hughley is one of the more militant minded man them. But I'm just nah. Sometimes I just have to highlight like just guys that just spaz, like just go off, like, because that was nuts. Like outside, like obviously outside of the name dropping, he's like the flows and the metaphors, the wordplay. Yeah, fam, he had the meta flow, bro. Like, it was just up there, like super meta, but genuinely, oh fam, like guys that can just, like, because obviously, first of all, Voice of 5'9" getting better. That's the different thing. And obviously, he's given himself a different purpose. After Book of Ryan, he got more deep when like he's speaking about his son and like alcoholism and all of that stuff. Now he's like like I said, he's found more purpose. He's performing better, and like I just want to highlight when, and kind of bring everything around, when someone finds and that is like one of the most amazing things that can happen to a man, is getting a purpose. Like there's all the other things that you kind of just have to do, but when you find a purpose and you do all of the things that you have to do naturally, then you are able to just work on that oh man, your performance changes, everything about you change, your demeanor changes, your character changes, the way that you swag about the room changes. And I'm just so I'm just like so enamored when people find certain purpose in the action of creativity. So yeah. Anyway, this has been the Culture and Camaraderie podcast. I have been Dan Medici, the first of his name of the Medici family, the leader of the Black Renaissance and curator of the 20s. Follow NY Typical on Instagram. Don't follow me on Twitter. I don't want to speak to you.
Mad.
nytypical.net. This has been Sweet Tempo.
LX_ERA.
All your production needs.
All of them there.
Peace. Blessings. Salutations. Blessings. And culture and camaraderie.